What's up, guys? We got a profile video for you, and you guys may know him as the Small Hat. I don't know if you guys you're at liberty to tell your real name, but anyways, he's gonna be taking a deck called Blue Purple Crocodile.
Blue Purple Crocodile, bro.
There we go.
You guys already know I'm about it. Do or die.
Yeah, basically.
Man till my death.
Yeah.
Chris, Small Hat Crew. Giving a deck profile. I'm about to play in a 128-player tournament. This deck play tested extensively into all the meta matchups in L, Sakazuki, Katakuri, etc. I'll talk about matchups and stuff. I'll be relatively thorough.
Okay,
try to keep
cool.
time efficient. But with that being said, we'll hop into this.
Okay, cool.
First things first, Crocodile Dawn. This is
yes.
critical for the deck to actually operate.
Yeah, if you don't do it, you're not gonna get good luck.
I will say this is unlike any other Purple Crocodile list you've seen, so there's gonna be some choices you might find unconventional, but I'll explain.
Okay.
So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the deck. I'm gonna start with the Baroque Works package because it's very minimal. I actually think it's very ass. We have Miss Doublefinger. She's a 2K. On play, discard, ramp. Just a 2K that ramps. If you're going second into matchups like NL or Sakazuki, it's a good turn 2 play to go ahead and put yourself on 7. If you can ramp again, you can 8. 2K. Next we have Miss All Sunday. She is, I actually only played 3 of her.
Okay.
She bricks your hand if you play too many. She's also really bad to see. A lot of the times, like because you only want to play on turn 3, you'll play one of them. If you ever see her after that, she's just discard fodder.
Okay.
So
Diminishing return. That's what you're looking for.
yeah, you want to see her on turn 3, but there's also another card that does the same thing that has counter. So that's why we don't max out on her. She's nice. She ramps, draws a card. 5K body, so no extra investment to swing into opposing leader.
Okay.
Next we have what I say was the deck's win condition in OP04, but it's no longer the case in OP05. At least not in my build. Purple Crocodile. On play, Dawn -2. Draw. Oh my god. Dawn -2, you gain a life, and then on the opponent's turn, when attacking, you Dawn -1, draw 1, trash 1. He is a nice body to stick on the board against an L. They can't answer it. The best they can do is like Yamato goes even into it, but you have run so much counter that they'll never take it through combat. Honestly, all your big bodies are great against NL. Also in that matchup, you can actually just drop this body without doing the Dawn minus, just to stick the 9K on board, so that, or the 9K on board, and you can follow it up with another body on the following turn.
Okay.
There's a lot of times where I stick it as a body because if you Dawn minus, you can't do this deck's actual win condition on the following turn if you're going on an odd curve. But yeah, great body.
Okay, cool.
Next we have, so this is the heart and soul. This is what separates my deck from a lot of other Purple Crocodiles, if any others do exist. I play Who's Who.
There you go.
So that means I'm running targets. You have to run enough Animal Kingdom targets to justify.
Animal Kingdom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
To justify running this. So this card searches out everything that matters. So a lot of time, if you go first or second, this card can grab targets like Jack. You want to see this card turn 2, like every game.
Okay.
If you don't see him, if you open the Who's Who, you can play it turn 1, search out the Jack, play it turn 2. So it just gives you a good curve. If you already have the Jack, you'd instead search out your win condition. This card's phenomenal. Realistically, I play him on turn 2. If I don't, then I almost never play him.
I see.
He becomes 1K counter.
Do you prefer to go second or first with this particular build?
Depends on matchup. I like to go first into a lot of matchups, but if I'm playing into an L, I will go second. If I'm playing into Sakazuki, I'll go second. Everything. If I want into Katakuri, I'll go second. That's actually a really bad matchup. Everything else is playable or favored.
Okay.
Next, the next Who's Who target is Sasaki. It's a 2K, and it also is a ramp. It's Dawn. It's a Dawn ×1 discard ramp 1. So it's Jack, but it's not on play. It's on attack.
Okay.
It's usually just a 2K, but if you do miss the Jack, if you're playing against Sakazuki, you will never put it on board turn 2. You just accept you're not going to ramp that turn. If you're going against Anel, they usually only play 2 Garatsu, sometimes 3. So you can put them on having it. If they don't have it, you just ramp on the following turn, and then you ramp again.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a 2K. So yeah, you have 8 targets that can ramp on turn 2. Next, you have a 2K in X-Drake. This card's also really good. Most of the time, it's a 2K. If you do put it on the board, it's just a 5K body to go into opposing leader. Into certain matchups, so like Sakazuki, playing this card, so if you swing 7, they only run 8 2Ks standard. So 7Ks usually do connect. It forces 2 cards out of hand. So on turns like that, you can go ahead, swing 7, pull 2 cards out of the hand, or take the life off them. If they do the drop 2 cards out of hand, you play X-Drake, pulls a 3rd card out of hand. Also, because he costs 5, Sakazuki cannot answer him without using at least 2 cards, because the leader swing brings him down to 4, and then from there, all the removal outside of Borsalino only bottoms to 2, or pops to 2.
Okay.
So it's a nice body. And then here's the deck's actual win condition. Here we go. The heart and soul of the deck. The main Who's Who search is 10 drop Kaido.
What the?
This deck just ramps into 10 Dawn as fast as possible, and then it starts dropping bodies. And you draw so many cards, and that's why you can afford to run cards like Sasuke discard, Jack discard, Miss Double Finger.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. You drop the cards to ramp up, you play this, you draw the cards back.
Yeah.
That's just pretty much it.
Same reason why you have Nico Robin at 4 as well, so you can discard it off of
exactly.
Jack,
Yes. Also, so this is also part of the reason. So the Sakazuki matchup, you put one of these down, and you put them on being able to out it. A lot of the times they can, but usually when you drop one of these, you'll draw into another big body like another Croc or another Kaido, and the second one usually just sticks. It just sticks to the board, and then from there you just bully them with it. Your Sakazuki matchup, I'd say, is pretty 50-50. It depends what's in high end. Your NL matchup is actually favored because in that matchup, once you have one of these on the board, you just swing at them every turn with it, and they can't answer it. So it's a free attack every turn. If they turn Yamato sideways, it's not sticking. Katakuri, you're 4K over it by default. So you don't even need to put Dawn into it. It's so good. And that is it for the Animal Kingdom package. And then other cards I play, we have John Bart. This is the other card I play on turn 3. If I don't see All Sunday, I'll play this. If I have Sasuke on board, I'll play this because this opens a Dawn for you to put on the Sasuke to swing to then ramp a second time in 1 turn. There's also opens a Dawn for you to put on your leader to get the leader ability off. And this is a tech I play. So this is part of the reason my Sokka and Elfe matchups are so good. I play Borsalino.
There you go.
This card, a lot of people play like Mihawk. In this meta, the decks to beat are Sakazuki and it's an L. In your Sakazuki matchup, this hits Kuzan, Lucci, Rebecca. It's everything that matters in that matchup. The only thing it does not touch is Sabo. It's literally only Sabo. And your bodies are so big that when they block with Sabo, they can't guard it, so he just dies. Your bodies are on average 9 or 12.
Okay.
And then you stick basically on tempo. You drop a body, you pull a body off of Sakazuki's board, you establish a big body, and then on the following turn you swing. And because he's 8K inherently, if you drop this before like a Kaido, if they do use removal to take him off the board, usually the Kaido might just stick on its own because they no longer have the resources. Like if they Ice Age this or something, they can't deal with it anymore. Or they're pulling at minimum 3 cards out of their hand to answer this. And then you just Kaido, and then from there you just win the game.
Very cool. Okay.
And yeah, because this deck has so much counter, as you're going to see, this will never die to combat.
Let's go to the fun part.
My event lineup. I play 3,000 Worlds. I do not play Red Rock. Red Rock is so unnecessary. The same reason that I play Borsalino over Mihawk is the same reason I play this over Red Rock. The only the decks that matter don't play anything over 5 for like 90% of the game. And when they finally can, you already have a 12K body in the board, so you can just out of your combat. This is more than enough. And then my counter event lineup, I play 4 Gum Gum Gatling, and I play 4 Gum Gum Rain. When you drop, this deck plays 12 2Ks. When you drop a Kaido, you draw a bunch of 2Ks and a bunch of 0-cost events. And that's why nothing ever dies through combat. Everything just sticks to the board. Unless they can pop, unless they can out it through removal, your bodies are sticking to the board. And that's why NL struggles into this deck. And then, like, if you have 6 cards in hand, you rain. If there's a Dawn on leader, you draw a card off of it. So in most decks where this is a neg-2, it's only a neg-1 in Croc. And then you can even draw into like another 2K or something.
Or 1 for 1.
Exactly.
If they're swinging 7, you only have to pitch. Basically, you only lose 1 card.
Yeah, it's basically a guard point for free. It's guard point for no Dawn.
Nice.
That you also draw off. And then the last card is Desert Spada. I use this card on my turns up to 10 Dawn. So if I don't already see the dragon, or I don't have a searcher to get the dragon, Spada lets me either stack it to the top, or if I don't see it, bottom 3, and then just keep trying. And also in Crocodile, if you ever play this and it's like your 5th card in hand or less, you can play this and you play 12 2Ks, find a 2K or a 0-cost event, stack it at the top, and then just drop the 2K. So this is basically, because you draw off of him, this is basically Radical Beam in this deck.
Cool.
And that is that deck. That is Purple Crocodile. That's the magic behind it, the theory, the thought process. I don't play any blockers because this deck is so aggressive. that your opponent, realistically, all the bodies you put on the board, they become your blockers.
Yeah.
Your opponent has to remove the bodies from the board so that they don't explode.
Okay.
And yeah, that's essentially it for the most part.
Okay. Cool concept. I really liked it, especially since you're playing a deck that isn't quite meta, and hopefully you're able to take a 128. What is it called?
It's just a 128 player tournament.
Yeah, you've been waiting for 2 hours, and hopefully it pays off, the waiting. So yeah, hopefully you get it.
Yeah, no, I hope so too, man. But yeah, no, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being on. I like that.
All right, guys, subscribe down below.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it for me.